Hello and welcome back to Blue Tinted Glasses. It is match day. It's match day live. It's Aston Villa versus Leicester City. And of course, we have the usual suspects, myself, Anil and Luke. We might be joined by Manny all the way from America. Who knows? We'll see if he turns up or not. But boys, I'll come to you first, Anil. How's it going, mate? What are you thinking going into this game?
All good. Slightly disturbed by the team lineup. I think it might be a bit of a rough day in the office, so to speak. But let's see. Up to Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke, mate, what's going on all the way from Australia?
Not much, mate. Ready to get into this starting 11. I've got to be honest with you guys. I'm starting to feel pretty anxious now. I think these games are starting to catch up, and I'm starting to lull myself into a sense of it will be all right, kind of like the last relegation, if you know what I mean. Teams around us picking up points, signing players. I'm a little frightened.
Yeah, you joked around a lot a few weeks ago, Luke, saying that if Rude plays Ward again, you are Rude out. Well, he's not played Ward, but he is playing Luke Thomas and Jordan Ayew. Luke Thomas looks like it's an unforced change. It's a forced change. Christensen injury, but Ayew back in over Facundo Buonanotte. What are your thoughts on that, mate?
Okay, well, first of all, we got kind of no choice unless you move JJ over to the left and play Hamza as a right back. That's really our only options for fullbacks, unfortunately, right now. So as gross as Luke Thomas is, that's the only other option. As for Ayew, the only reason I can possibly think of is that it's some kind of defensive or link up from defense to attack option. Buonanotte tries taking everyone on, and I think that he looked really good under Cooper. And the reason for that is because the team looks so disjointed and not cohesive whatsoever. So I think that's why Buonanotte looked good. And I think that there must be some kind of systematic issue for Ruud van Nistelrooy because there's a reason he keeps not starting him. Although I do think he looked good in the last game. There's obviously a tactical reason why it's Ayew.
Yeah.
I'll leave it for Anil.
Yeah, I was going to say Anil, mate. I mean, we obviously, as I just said, the Thomas one is unforced, but is forced. But are you back in? I mean, I thought the team worked very well as a collective on the attack last game. I'm surprised that Ruud has gone back to Ayew.
I am too, but maybe you called it out there. That's on the attack, but what about on the defense? And if he feels that JJ's not getting the support he needs from Buonanotte, I mean, that said, though, a lot of people have said that even with Ayew in the team, the same thing happens, but it makes the team less fluent going forwards, which I think I would probably agree with. I would much rather have Buonanotte start, but all right, in Ruud we trust. Let's see what he can come up with.
Yeah, let's see what the chat is saying. Hello to you, Zaid. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're doing well too, mate. It's the three wise men, Costa says. I'm not sure on that. Afternoon all. Thomas says, Costa again. You guys are great, by the way. Thank you, mate. Hamza, hello to you. Victor injured. Yes, Costa, he is indeed. Zaid says a new lock stream, a new Fanta bottle. By the way, guys, again, we're not sponsored by Fanta, but these changed my life. These little bottles, they're so good. I'm back in Ruud. Buonanotte will come on late and help us win. Villa concede all the time in the last 15 minutes. Richie's given a score prediction, but I'll come back to that later. Buonanotte is good at doing what he wants to do, Thomas says. Satchin says, I have a feeling this one's going to be rough. Had confidence for this until I saw the lineup. Not great. Shocking lineup. Leicester says, if Victor is injured, then it's fair. Thomas plays. Ruud must feel Facundo is best off the bench. Then 6-0 Villa. And then finally, Zay says, Faco wasn't that great against Man City. Well, I mean, yes, the team isn't great, Luke, but I don't know if you've seen it. I haven't got it up here actually, but the Aston Villa team, they are without Morgan Rogers, they're without John Duran, they're without Pau Torres, they're without Diego Carlos, who we thought would come in for Pau Torres. So they are also missing quite a lot of players, mate. So the squad isn't, or the lineup isn't as good as it could have been either. So maybe this won't be a whitewash for Villa like people are suggesting.
Yeah, I think Cash is playing, yes. So probably going to see him go to fullback, Conte go back into that partnership with there we go. There it is there. I'm still worried about this, to be honest with you. This is a really well-trained side. It's just like I mentioned in the preview. I just really think that we have anything chance of, coming away with something, it's going to be on the counter. There, just full sizes. There we go. Mings and Konza. Yeah, Konza is in centre back. But a lot of people like Cash. I like Cash as well, to be honest with you, but he's been out injured. Konza is back in centre back, right? What are your thoughts on Carlos? Like, because like I know he's not playing, but like he's one of those instances where like those Liga players struggle when they come to the Premier League and the adapt of the frenetic pace back and forth and transition. So I think that a lot of Villa fans will actually much prefer this back four, to be honest with you. So what are your thoughts on that, Anil?
Well, we know that Villa, they play their high line, right? And, we're saying with the right-hand side, why is Buonanotte not starting? So the thing is that Dini's going to push up, right? So McGinn's on the left wing there, but he's never playing left wing in a month of Sundays, right? He's going to drift inside. So it's quite similar to the system that both Cooper and Rude use, right? So McGinn's going to drift inside here. Dini's going to push up, and then they're going to have their 5-man attack. Then they're going to have a high line, and there's going to be some space in behind. Maybe that's what we can exploit. I know, you look at their defense, and it does seem gettable. Like Mings and Konza, that's not that strong, really. Cash, I think, is another one of those fullbacks that's good at going forward, but a bit weak behind. But Emilio Martinez is obviously really good keeper, argument for being one of the most underrated ones in the Premier League. So let's see. But yeah, I don't think this team is as strong as the one that they rolled up at the King Power with earlier on in the season. But I suppose same way you could say that our team isn't as strong as the one that we started at the King Power either. So both teams are carrying some injuries.
Yeah, and to both of you, I mean, I'll ask you first, Luke. There's a familiar man in the midfield for Villa there, Mr. Yuri Tillemans. I believe he's had quite a good season as well so far. Do you miss him, mate? Do you miss Mr. Yuri? Yeah, what are you thinking looking at him today?
I'll be forever grateful for that FA Cup rocket that he scored and the best years of him, but he did not put a shift in basically the whole relegation season. So no, I don't miss him. He can fuck off.
Yeah. Well, I thought that would be the answer. Right, we're joined by Manny all the way from where is he? Orlando, I think. Hello, Manny. What's going on, mate?
You're a little bit confused there about where I was, weren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to remember Vegas or somewhere else or no. How's it going, mate?
Not bad. I'm struggling with this lineup, boys. I'm sure you've been chatting about it, but what do you guys? I'm sure you've been making of it. But I used a bit of a shock, isn't it, for Buonanotte? And the few Leicester fans that have been messaging me since the team lineup came out have all said the same thing. Why isn't Buonanotte starting today?
Well, Anil's just kind of alluded to maybe the defensive side of the game, Manny. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Because I did say that as a collective going forward, they looked really good against Manchester City. They looked like they could cause a lot of damage. But maybe Rude just prefers him for the defensive side of his game. I don't know. We're trying to clutch at straws here, Manny, but what do you think to that?
Structurally, it would make sense if you want to keep that robust shape. You've got Ayew down the right. He's going to do that ugly stuff, win the free kicks, all the boring stuff. And the other part, I guess, is he is trying to build somewhat of a settled team. And if he does have everybody injured, it's the same back five. Obviously, Thomas is different today, but if VK was fit, it would be VK for sure. So maybe he's just trying to find that consistency in selection. We're all a bit surprised because when we see Buonanotte, we get excited, we see what we can do. And I don't know about you guys, but I thought he played pretty well last game, actually. I know that his finishing was a bit off, but he is getting into those situations. Having said that, Ayew did score against Liverpool, right? He has scored 4 goals. He's our second top scorer this season. So you can have it both ways, and let's see how it goes before we jump on it.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree. Let's talk about, though, that change. Sorry, I've just reminded myself it's not an injury to Christensen. It's actually an illness. Rude has confirmed. And Neil, what are your thoughts, mate, on Luke Thomas? Because, we were told, I was told that Cooper was actually a really big fan of Luke Thomas. And we didn't see him too much under Cooper either. But, I mean, I say this every time, and I don't mean to keep, sound like a record here, mate, but I think he's crap. What are you thinking about him into this game?
Yeah, for me, that makes me a lot more nervous as to what I think the scoreline is going to be. I mean, just look at our back 4, back 5. There's a reason we're conceding 3 goals on average a game, that we're 19th in the Premier League. Yeah, we got serious problems in defence. And I think we've got to maybe look at it and saying, if we knew that we're going to be playing fullbacks this season, again, we built the squad wrong in the summer, in my opinion. So I don't know if this is something we're going to fix or not, but already we're game 1 into 2025, an illness, and we've got one of our weakest players in the team. Painful. And he's going to be up against Leon Bailey and Matty Cash today. So let's see how he does it. As you said, though, the one thing that made me laugh is he says maybe Mavididi will pass the ball to Luke Thomas instead of Christensen. So let's see if that happens.
I think it's Ryan, currently on a plane to Australia, £40 for Wi-Fi to watch this. He's watching over on Twitter. Hello to the people watching on Twitter. This is the first match day live that we've actually put out on Twitter. If you want the more optimized experience, head over to YouTube. Make sure to hit like and subscribe as well. But if you want to stick watching on Twitter, then feel free to do so. Mavididi might pass to him, Chris says, Luke. I mean, we've spoken about that all year long. That Mavididi doesn't really like passing to Victor Christensen. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a little bit of a link up between them two today, between him and Thomas.
I hope not, mate, because as much as I'm not really a big fan of Christensen, would you say that Thomas has more to offer on the ball than Christensen?
No.
It's terrifying.
Can I throw something out there? Luke Thomas's passing can be okay, and his crossing, he has had a few decent balls and he's chipped in with the odd goal. So I don't think his left foot is necessarily totally uncultured. It's more the physical side, his positional sense. He'll get caught out. So look, I'm trying to find something here, of course. But I sometimes think his passing is actually half decent.
Do you agree with this statement here, Anil? Thomas is better defensively than Christensen.
No.
Neither.
Do not
Does anybody
agree
with this? Does anybody here agree with this? No. Well, there we go. What was I going to say here? Goes to show how shit Chowdhury is when JJ could play left back. Yeah, that's true, actually. That was one of the options, wasn't it? Hamza to play on the right, Justin to play on the left, in Justin's more favoured position, maybe?
It is, but the thing is that if you're playing the inverted winger, then you want to have the fullback be able to cross on the outside, right? That's the theory there of that system. So your fullback is the one that gets to the byline and puts the cross in, and the winger is the one that drifts inside and has a shot. So if you have both your fullback and your winger that both use the same foot, you deny yourself of that option. But let's see.
Yeah. Winks and Sumari, again, they are the midfield option, the midfield pairing. Luke, happy with that, mate? I mean, the other option was Hamza or Skip. Indeed, he's still injured. They did a good job against Man City, didn't they?
Yeah, mate, I was actually really happy with them. I think they're going to start developing a partnership. So I think the more consistency we see them starting in the 11 together, I think the better as a partnership they will get. With Winks being your distributor of the ball, building from the back, and Samara that's able to win the ball back and also carry the ball and take it up the pitch of his dominant physical presence. So I think it's actually the best available double pivot option we have as a pairing. Yeah,
Mane, mate, Samari and Winks. I know obviously you would much rather Wilfred and Ndidi in there, but he's not available. So what do you make to the centre midfield partnership today?
Yeah, I agree with Luke. If Ndidi's not available, then the midfield picks itself. And I actually think that's an area today where we could be pretty competitive. I know they've got Kamara and Barkley there. I'm not famous last words, but I've never been the biggest fan of Dross Barkley, as I call him. And Tielemans.
Great. Here we go. It's going to happen now, isn't it?
I know. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But we know Tielemans really well, don't we? We know his passing range, his vision, but he can be a bit of a chugger when he goes back. So I would kind of hope that Sumare might get on him pretty aggressively and try and see if we can win the ball off him and use that physicality to try and shove these guys about. But we are struggling for trying to find areas that we could hurt them today, I think, particularly with Buonanotte not doing his solo stuff. But maybe the tactic is, don't give Villa space, play a low block today. You've got Ayew to try and cover Digne down the right-hand side and hope that, Vardy does get his chances today, that he puts them away.
The final thing I want to talk about before we go to score predictions is the back line in general, all of them really. I mean, Connor Cody came in at the start of the championship that summer and obviously got barely any game time because of how good Fass and Vestergaard were. I'm surprised now that we've got Ruud van Nistelrooy that Cody seems to be his man, but Anil, that is the case, right? His favoured partnership is Vestergaard and Cody. Akoli's on the bench. Fass is on the bench as well. He has options, but he likes these two more than anyone else. Why do you think that is?
Maybe because they're the best on the ball of the two of them if you put them together. That's the only thing I can really think of. And maybe I would say that in terms of decision making, I think Cody probably does make better decisions than Fass and Akoli. But I do think he's a bit of a liability. I'll say I think you look at our back five there, and there's a reason we're going to concede goals today. Spoilers. I mean, that is not a strong back five. It's as simple as that.
Manny, mate, thoughts on the back line and why? You know, I want to get your opinion as well on why Ruud does favour these two centre backs in particular.
I think not just the centre backs, but everywhere. If Ruud has his first preference, he looks like he wants to go with experience. You know, he sees it as a relegation battle. When he had a choice, he picked Danny Ward. When he has the choice of centre backs, he picks the centre backs. He has a choice of Buonanotte or Ayew. He picks Ayew. He's going for proven Premiership players and hoping that in this kind of dogfight that perhaps youth and inexperience is, well, certainly you have that sprinkling of youth and inexperience, but you can't have too much of it. It's his way. I personally would, obviously, I've mentioned this several times, would go down a different route. And I'm hoping January will bring those other options. But clearly he likes experience over energy and youth.
I don't think it's... Sorry. Yeah, I don't actually think it's experience, to be honest with you. I think it's the flaws and the cons of Okoli. He's much more pacey than Cody. I think sometimes he gets well out of position sometimes and gets caught out a lot. So if we're talking about the same thing of Buonanotte, where he's not playing to a system and a structure, that to me screams what Ruud van Nistelrooy is looking for in a team and a development of the squad, because both Buonanotte and both Okoli go walkabout sometimes. So I think that screams why the reason, and that's your answer to why Okoli is not featuring in that partnership.
Well, maybe this is the last Premier League match with this set of players, and maybe there will be additions after this. Who knows? Maybe, well, yeah, I say maybe, unlikely, but yeah, we'll see. People in the chat, get the score predictions in right now. Manny, mate, what is your score prediction for this game now you've seen the lineups?
Again, I've never got one of these right, and I'm hoping I'm going to do the reverse curse, so I'm going to say 3-1 Villa.
Okay, this is going to be the one you get right, isn't it? Luke, score prediction?
I'm sticking with the Desmond brother, 2-2.
2-2. Anil?
I'm with Manny, 3-1 Villa. I was 2-1 Villa, but after seeing this lineup, I think it'll be 3-1.
Now you've got me worried, Anil, because I know I get it wrong, but there's a good chance that you'll get it right. So now you've got me concerned.
Well, there we go.
I'm just saying, look on paper, that's not a very good defence. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, who do Ipswich have this weekend?
Let's bring it up. They're playing tomorrow, it looks like. I'll find out for you in a second.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
They have Fulham.
Yeah,
so they could build a gap. They could build a gap. You know, they could if they pick someone there. So, all right then. Well, thanks to Anil, thanks to Man, thanks to Luke. They'll all be back at halftime, so stick around. They will be back. Thank you to the boys. Let's get final score predictions in the chat. We've got a minute till kickoff. 2-1 to Leicester. Zaid says a draw. Ozabaza says 2-1 to City. 2-1 to Leicester. Hart says 2-1 Leicester. 4-0 Villa. Chester Leicester says. Tom Wilkes says 0-0. Seidel says 3-2. Abdul says 3-1 to Villa. Jason says 1-1. And Dean says 2-1 Villa. Well, we haven't got long to find out. The game is about to kick off. Let's move this around a little bit. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. If you are new around here, this is how it all works. This is Matchday Live. We will be here for the watch-along until halftime and then for the second half as well. This is the lineup, Leicester's lineup. The bench is there. There is the match clock that will start any second now. And of course, you've got the score below as well. If you want to subscribe, it'd be very much appreciated. The ticker up here will go up thanks to the 10,000. Is that 500 or 600? I can't see something that's covering it for me. Let me know. 579. Thanks to all of you people. Smash the likes, as Andreas says. Much appreciated. If you are watching on Twitter, welcome to the stream. Make sure to head over to YouTube for a more optimized experience where you can interact with a very, very busy live chat. So please feel free to jump over and say hello on YouTube. 2-1 to Leicester, but I do have a really bad feeling about this. Yeah, Collie says, and Josh says 7-1 to Villa. Imagine the scenes if that happened. Right, let's get the clock ready. We're about to start this one. Let's have a look. Let's set the clock. Come on. And we've kicked off. There we go. The game has kicked off in this massive, massive fixture. The first fixture of 2025 for Leicester City. Leicester City currently sit 19th in the Premier League. A gap will start to form if we don't start to pick up points. Stolarczyk is getting a third straight game. Is Iverson just not going to ever play again? What's going on? I just think Iverson isn't very good, that's all. I think Stolarczyk is better, and he showed more last season as well in the Championship. He was Enzo's second goalkeeper. He always was the understudy to Mads Hermansen. I think it's the right decision as well. He's obviously been injured all season, which is why he's not made the bench much, but he's back now, and I think it is the better option out of the three keepers at the club available. Harder than ever says 2-1 Leicester. Hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Are you goal as well? Again, if you are watching on YouTube, on Twitter, sorry, feel free to jump over to YouTube at Blue Tinted Glasses. But yeah, we are already a minute into this game now. Leicester with the ball, trying to build some up. Mavididi to Luke Thomas, little passing triangle here. Vestergaard very, very high here. Very, very wide. And we reset and go back to the goalkeeper, Stolarczyk. Southampton have Brentford. Wolves have Forest on Monday, so could not lose points here. Yeah. Well, we will lose points. We're not going to win this game, in my eyes, but I hope we get a point, that's for sure. He's a little better than Iverson, yeah, but I'm concerned about Stoll's confidence after that City game. Yeah, I get you. It was a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much. We'll find out, right? We'll see his performance today. Mavididi now out wide on the left. Number 10, Steffi Mavididi comes inside. Steffi Mavididi tries to do John McGinn there. He's not able to, though. Ross Barkley, sorry. Harry Winks picks up the ball back in midfield. Luke Thomas. The Oracle Cloud win probability scale, whatever the fuck that is, gives Leicester City a 15% chance of a win today. So there you go. That the Oracle has spoken. We'll see how that turns out. Harry Winks now. Luke Thomas starting at left back for an ill Victor Christiansen. Cody under pressure. Luke Thomas is now under pressure. He's got to get rid of it. Mavididi. Stefan Mavididi's being dragged back there by Matty Gash. Is that going to be a Leicester throw-in? It's not. It's not. It is a foul, though, by Buba Samari, who takes out his man in midfield. It's going to be a free kick. It goes in on Yuri Tillemans there and injures him. Well in, Samari. Well in. They'll know each other well. Going to go out on a limb and give Leicester a 30% chance to win. I hope so. Tillemans is back on his feet. Here comes Tyrone Mings down the left. John McGinn. John McGinn runs at James Justin. Oh, he beats James Justin. Bloody hell. How the hell is John McGinn beating James Justin for pace? It's crazy. It's ludicrous. Justin defends it well eventually, though, and it's going to go out for an Aston Villa corner. Leicester 8-0. Ben Golden says, I fucking wish. Conce is up for the corner. Barkley's up for the corner. Mings is up for the corner. A lot of big men here are up for the corner. We'll see how this turns out. It's going to be a corner taken by Yuri Tillemans, of all people. Here he is. An in-swinger. He goes short. Ball delivered by Villa. It's very deep. Matty Cash off his head. Stolarczyk catches it very easily. Has there been any activity in the transfer window, a replacement for JJ? There's been nothing, mate. We've been linked with false rumours, basically, so far in the first, 4 days. We need to get moving. Steffi Mavididi tries a little turn there, which pays off. He plays it back, though. And now we're back at the back with Yannick Vestergaard. Probably Leicester 1-0. I hope so, mate. I would take that. I think we'd all take that. Here's Connor Cody down the right. Connor Cody plays in. Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew's under pressure. He's getting dragged a little bit. He plays it to Justin. It's a 1-2. Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew delivers a ball. Tyrone Mings takes a touch and is able to clear. He's being pressed, though, actually. He's not cleared it. El Khanous is chasing him down. It's going to be a Leicester City throw-in, that. A Leicester City throw-in or a Villa throw-in? I can't decide. Foreman's gone and no goal conceded. That is always a fucking positive. Absolutely, mate. Tyrone Mings holding his groin there. I think he's tweaked it. Hopefully, I was going to say hopefully nothing serious. No, I do hope it is serious, actually. Maybe we'll get him even. Maybe we'll even get a mid-table team's backup player on loan. Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll be looking at, mate. We're not going to be looking at anything crazy. 321 people watching across all platforms. If you are watching on Twitter, please, mate, feel free to head over to YouTube. Blue Tinted Glasses, LCFC. Head over and join the live chat there. It's much better than the Twitter live chat. Here we go. Tyrone Mings does a little diag across the pitch to Matty Gash. Yes, you heard that right. Villa back with it now. No, I don't have blue sky, mate. Can't get on with it. Can't get on with it. Yeah, I've heard this as well, mate. If it's a loan, though, we'd have to send Buonanotte back. So here's Matty Gash. Leon Bailey being pressed by Luke Thomas. Villa able to get it out, though. Kamara plays it out wide to the left. Here's Digne. John McGinn. Ross Barkley. Little triangles here for Villa. Back to Barkley. Conser with it. Here comes Leon Bailey down the right. Oh, terrible from him. Leicester City goal kick. No, I don't think we'll win if we let Aston Villa dominate the possession. Southampton are already 1-0 down against Brentford. So Southampton are at home and it is 1-0 to Brentford already in the opening 5 minutes of that game. The other fixtures are Villa, Leicester, Bournemouth, Everton, Palace, Chelsea, Man City, West Ham, and Brighton, Arsenal. That's not till 5:30. But all of the games other than the Southampton game are currently 0-0. Villa being patient with it now at the back. We were told, though, when I spoke to Luke from Up the Villa, he did say that Villa will be patient. They will be patient, and they're very system-based. They won't force anything. Conser now out on the left to Mings. Mings will look for a runner. John McGinn. Matty Gash. Plays it safe and goes back to Conser. We need Ipswich to lose whenever they play. Yeah. Quick scoring strikes again for the Bees. Who scored for Brentford? I'll tell you in just a second. It was Kevin Shade, the man who scored a hat-trick against Leicester City in the game following Steve Cooper's sacking. Come on, Leicester. Come on, Leicester. Justin in first 8 minutes play well. Well, he got absolutely rinsed by John McGinn in the first couple of minutes. But other than that, he's been okay. Free kick here for Leicester, deep in our own half. Vestergaard to Thomas. Thomas into Samari, who tries to hit lofted over to Mavididi. Is that a foul? Offside? Mavididi came from an offside position. All right, everyone. Come on, lads. Yeah, come on, Leicester. Come on, Leicester. What do you think so far? What do I think so far? Just what I expected, to be fair. Villa dominating the ball. Leicester not being able to do too much with it at this time. Bilal Kounou has barely touched the ball. Man City are 1-0 up through an own goal from Koufal for Aston Villa. Conser. Tyrone Mings. Very cagey so far, by the way. Nothing of any real substance so far. Tyrone Mings has got a run up. James Justin picks it up, though. Nicely done. Harry Winks on the ball. Don't lose it, Harry. Don't lose it, Harry. Harry's fouled. And it's going to be a free kick to Leicester. Oh, Leicester under pressure here, trying to play out from the back. Get rid of it, Connor. He does. He hits it long, looking for Vardy. Vardy could try and run onto that, but he can't quite get there. Why no Buonanotte? I don't know, mate. He clearly just favours Ayew. Just favours Ayew. Villa trying to play out from the back here. Leicester putting a big press on. Villa do try and get rid, but it's going to go out for a throw-in. Leicester City throw-in in Villa's half. Who is the ref? The referee is, let's find out for you. Jared Gillett is the referee. I think he's the Aussie bloke, right? Faroud Ayew is better. I don't know why. Yeah. Remember as well, if you are watching and you are ahead of me, then try not to spoil it in the chat. If something happens, wait 20 seconds or so. Ayew is fouled there for sure. Yeah, Yuri Tillemans fouls Jordan Ayew. Good day to you too, Mo. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, that is a foul. That is a foul from Yuri there on Jordan Ayew. 12 minutes gone in this game. And the current stats are 61% possession for Aston Villa. No shots from either team so far. Here's going to be Bilal El Khanous to whip this free kick in. Not a fan, mate. Not a fan. Not a fan of the kit. Ball in from Bilal El Khanous. It found its way through a couple players there, but Villa were able to header it away. Here's Leicester, though. Buba Samari. Luke Thomas. Yannick Vestergaard turns his man. Nice from Yannick. Got the strength to keep the ball there. Bilal El Khanous. Now Harry Winks. Leicester forced back, though. Come on, Leicester. Samari. Luke Thomas finds Steffi Mavididi. Steffi Mavididi. There's two players on him at all times, it seems. Luke Thomas. Yannick Vestergaard here. He goes for a lofted ball. Villa headed that away. These colours kind of look similar. Do you think? I think it's the... I think blue... Obviously, our kit's blue and white. We could have probably gone for the white one. It's just the Villa sleeves, I think, that make it a little bit difficult. What do you think of Samari last game? I thought he was class. Yeah, I think he's been class in a lot of games this season so far. Here comes Ross Barkley for Aston Villa. He's just dribbling with it here, trying to get away from the Leicester players. He does. Kamara now for Villa. Into Yuri Tillemans. Here's Matty Gash. He's going to put a ball in. Oh, there's a slip there from Leon Bailey. Tillemans still has it, though. Here's Matty Gash. Ball across the box. Shot on goal from Ollie Watkins. There was a deflection in there from a Leicester City defender. It was nearly 1-0 Villa. Just like that. Great ball in from Matty Gash. Let's have a look. Yeah, just along the floor. He gets a shot away, and I think it's Connor Cody who manages to just get a foot on it and blocks it. Whether Stolarczyk would have been beaten or not, I'm not sure. But it's a chance for Villa. It's a chance for Villa. And I think Chelsea have just gone 1-0 up against Crystal Palace. Cole Palmer has scored in that game. Yuri Tillemans now to take the corner for Aston Villa. It's going to be an outswinger this time. He goes short again. Matty Gash. John McGinn here. John McGinn's going to deliver it. A great ball in off Connor Cody's head. Is that Connor or Vestergaard? Vestergaard's head. Off Vestergaard's head out for another Aston Villa corner. Pressure here now from Aston Villa with these corners and crosses into the box. You'd imagine they'll take one at some point. Here we go. It's JJ marking Tyrone Mings. I think he's the biggest guy in the box, and JJ's on him for some reason. Short again by Villa. John McGinn. Another delivery, very deep. Justin clears this time, but Leon Bailey has gone down. Is that Leon Bailey or Watkins? I think it's Watkins who's gone down, asking for something. He's asking for a hit across the face, it looks like. There's some blood. I think it was it JJ? Let's have a look what happened there. So John McGinn delivered it very deep. There was a coming together between Ayew. It was Ayew and Watkins, but yeah, no look at VAR. So play on. Do you think Pereira's better than Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, mate. Yeah, without a fucking shadow of a doubt. No doubt about it whatsoever. Here come Villa. McGinn into Digne. McGinn. Oh, Jordan Ayew wins the ball well there. Come on, Leicester with a chance to counter. There's not many people forward, though. Here is Jordan Ayew. He's got JJ running out wide on his right. He does. Ball in by JJ. Martinez saves. Vardy had a touch. I don't think so, mate, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Not that I'm aware of, mate. Here's Matty Gash, Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey delivers a ball. He's going to find Watkins at the very, very back post, and it's going to be offside, I think. Or the ball went out of play. Don't you think Buonanotte should be starting? Yeah, I do. 16 minutes gone on this game. John McGinn's gone down holding his leg. Thank you to the 134 people that are watching on YouTube and the 150 somewhat people that are watching on Twitter. If you do want a more optimized experience on Twitter, then please head over to YouTube. Make sure to hit like and subscribe as well. But yeah, remember, if you are new around here, this is how it works. So at halftime, the lads will be back for their match thoughts, their first half thoughts at halftime. And then at full time as well, we'll have an instant match reaction where we'll break down and react live to the game on what played out. John McGinn getting a bit of treatment now on his left leg. Looks like his hamstring, maybe. I think he's going to have to come off by the looks of it, to be honest with you. He might need to come off here, John McGinn. Someone's warming up. Someone's getting the shirt ready. Who's that? Jacob Ramsey. He scored against us as well, didn't he? Do you remember a couple of years ago? I was in Warsaw watching that one. And yeah, that was almost Schmeichel. Yeah, I think Schmeichel was playing. It was back then, so it was the year before we got relegated. Garnet and Abdul, nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Yep, John McGinn has come off. Early substitution for Aston Villa. John McGinn with a hamstring, it looked like, but he is being replaced by Jacob Ramsey. Bogdan, yes, man, I love Poland, mate. Absolutely love it. Warsaw, Gdansk, Krakow. Yeah, I want to go to where do I want to go? I want to go to Poznan. Here we go. Jordan Ayew there. Is he fouled? He's gone down. The referee's given a Villa throw-in. Yeah, we do. El Kanouche needs to step up now 100%. Jordan Ayew's in a bit of pain here. Those are coming together between Ayew and Ramsey. I think they just ran into each other, to be fair. Half the Villa team out, never get a better chance to win here. 100%, mate. I totally agree. Yeah, that was just a coming together between Ayew and Ramsey. Poznan, yes, mate. I want to go there next. I've been to Gdansk twice, Warsaw twice, Krakow once. I want to go Poznan next. If this is a loss, I fully expect Leicester to go down. Here is Jordan Ayew trying to keep the ball somehow. He's having a little battle there with Digne. Ross Barkley's managed to get the ball and pick it up. Let's have a look. Ramsey, Barkley, Kamara, Gash. Yeah. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Konsa with it at the back. Ross Barkley, Konsa again. Matty Gash. Yuri Tillemans here on the right. He'll look for a run. He does. He finds Leon Bailey. Luke Thomas is able to get a challenge in, though. And Ayew now has the ball. Nice footwork there from Jordan Ayew. Yannick Vestergaard under pressure. Now Thomas under pressure. Steffi Mavididi. Little pass through to Jordan Ayew. Mavididi taken out there. It's going to be a Leicester throw-in. Good challenge here from Matty Gash. Good challenge. $152 people watching on YouTube. Thank you to all of you, and another 300 people on Twitter, I think. So make sure to head over to YouTube and hit like, hit subscribe. More importantly, interact with the chat. The live chat on YouTube is where the party is at. So make sure to head over there and have a chat with all of the other Leicester fans there on what you think and how you think the game's going so far. Good challenge from Jordan Ayew. Bilal El Kanoush. Bouba Samari. Oh, bit of a shit pass that from Samari. Gives it away. Ross Barkley will come forward now. He's got Digne running on the left as an overlap. Jacob Ramsey. Go on, JJ. You've got to win that, and he does. He's going to put out for a throw-in, Villa throw-in. This is the best Luke Thomas game in since the Salah game, right? Since the Salah game. Yeah, cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining. That's the main thing. Just as long as you're here, interact with the chat, mate. I love it. Love it. Thank you so much. Concert Gash. Matty Gash. He's going to go to Mings. He does. 0-0. 21 minutes on the clock. 22 minutes on the clock now, people. Still 0-0. Leicester, though, not showing any signs of attack, of causing any damage whatsoever here to Villa. It is all Villa, basically. Completely different game to the Man City game. The game plan seems different. We're not trying to build or anything from the looks of it. We're soaking up. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Don't care what the score is. I know it's only 0-0. I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far. Not at all. It's a very relegation-esque performance, this. Bouba Samari now. Steffi Mavididi. Steffi Mavididi's running at his man, Matty Gash. He's not got really any help with him, though. They'll have to go back into the middle to Samari, and we go back. We go back. When we win the ball, nothing's happening, people. When we win the ball, nothing's happening. If anything, we go backwards and we invite more pressure. Samari gets a chance to get forward here. Here's Bilal El Kanoush. There's plenty forward now for Leicester, though. Mavididi in the area. Really bad touch from Steffi. He's got the ball again, though, somehow. Here's Steffi. Steffi's just running into dead ends at the moment. Steffi Mavididi is. And Harry Winks is going to have to go back to the defenders again. Here's Bilal El Kanoush. He's got Mavididi in front of him. I think he's offside now, though. Scores around the Premier League at the moment. Obviously, Tottenham lost 2-1 to Newcastle earlier on. Here's a chance, though. Jordan Ayew. Chance to put the ball in if he can. Oh, it's low. Tyrone Mings clears. Villa 0, Leicester 0, Bournemouth 0, Everton 0, Palace 0, Chelsea 1, Man City 1, West Ham 0, Southampton 0, Brentford 1, and Brighton versus Arsenal is at 5:30 p.m. The December schedule is over now. We can't make the excuse that they're tired. Nope, we can win this, but using power of friendship. Yeah. The camera pans to Ruud van Nistelrooy on the touchline. He's not going to be happy with what he's seen. I'm not. I mean, it depends on. Is Vardy playing? Not heard you mention him yet. He's barely had it. I don't think he's even had a touch. He might have had one, but no. Yeah. Here come Villa down the right. Luke Thomas intercepts well. Steffi Mavididi, he'll put Cody under pressure though. Thomas, get rid. He does. Samari, you've got to win that, mate. No, there's a little challenge there now. Free kick. Credit should be given to Villa's back four, but also Leicester not pushing them. Yeah, we're not trying. Well, no, we are trying, obviously, but it doesn't look like we're trying. It's very half-hearted, this attack from Leicester. Good luck. I hope we get it, mate, but it's not looking good, brev. It's not looking good, brev. Luke Thomas. Okay, nice there from Luke Thomas. He manages to get it out wide. Now, here comes James Justin out on the right. A lot of people forward here for Leicester. Justin turns his back and goes backwards. Harry Winks. Cody. Vestergaard. Every pass is a backwards pass. There's one forward one. There we go, Vestergaard. Mavadidi's... Oh, Mavididi! Bilal was out wide, man. Mavididi, instead of looking for his man, Bilal, he goes backwards. And now Leicester are under pressure again at the back. Luke Thomas. Here's Bilal El Kanoush. Bilal finds Steffi Mavididi. Nice little one touch there to Samari. Ball delivered by Bouba Samari. Aston Villa clear out for a Leicester City corner. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here. Like Leicester is in a dark tunnel. I'd say, obviously, results-wise, you know, we're like pretty equal to what it was with Cooper. So that's the only thing that matters is results, and obviously they're the same. But structure-wise, if you look at it, we are so much better structured under Rude. Every game that goes by, I think we're structured better off, especially defensively. I know we've conceded a lot of goals over the last few weeks, but we do look better. Here's Jordan Ayew to take the corner for Leicester City. Jordan Ayew is going to have an in-swinger here. Make it a good one. It's a decent ball in there from the corner, but it is headed away. Here's Bouba Samari. He plays it back to Jakub Stolarczyk. It's a bit of a dodgy one that was, but Stolarczyk got to it. Jordan Ayew's chasing his man down very well. Oh, that's not a foul. Referee, man. Jordan Ayew just ran about 30 meters to try and win the ball, and he's given away a free kick. 30 minutes, coming up to 30 minutes on the clock. Stolarczyk could pass. We need good transfer window. Yeah, if we don't have a good window, we're down, so we will be relegated for sure. We need an A. We need an A. An A, not, I wouldn't say an A star performance, but we need an A transfer window. If it's a B, C, D, we're down. We need an A, without a shadow of a doubt. El Kanoush can't quite play it there to Samare. It's going to be a throw-in though for Leicester. Luke Thomas take the throw-in. Villa win the ball back there nicely. Leicester, though, claim it back pretty much straight away. Here's Connor Cody, James Justin. He needs somebody for support. Winks goes backwards, though. I think with a B window, there's a chance even a C window if the other clubs around us blunder it. But without helping the defence, it's over. Yeah, I mean, Vivian, Wolves are already signing a centre-back, right? 20 million quid. That's been confirmed. He'll be in next week for them. So a good ball played in there to Bilal El Kanoush. The referee, Jared Gillett, got on the way of that. A little deflection off him. Bilal wasn't happy. It doesn't look like Rude's happy either, because that was a chance of a nice little build-up attack there for Leicester City, but the referee blocked it. Connor Cody. Leicester, though, in the last 5 minutes, Leicester have had 72% possession. So Leicester have grown into it slightly this game. Steffi Mavididi looks for El Kanoush. Bit of a poor touch there from El Kanoush. He gets on the end of it, though. Luke Thomas plays it to Yannick Vestergaard. Samari goes long, looking for Mavididi. Go on, Mavididi, stop that from going out for a goal kick. Oh, Steffi, man. For fuck's sake, man. This is what winds me up with Steffi. He's just tried a bit of fucking skill on a turn. He could have kept that out. He could have kept that in the pitch. Steffi Mavididi had a long ball and he could have easily kept that in play, and he's tried a silly little roulette. Well, I don't know even what you call it, and it's gone out. This is... fucking hell, man. What a shower of shit that is from Steffi Mavididi. Jacob Ramsey. Leicester win the ball back. Jordan Ayew. Bilal El Khanous running with the ball. Keeps it well. Samari with a little one touch there to Winks. Harry Winks, Connor Cody. Back to Winks. Leicester living dangerously here. Ayew's fouled. The referee disagrees. Leicester City throw in though. Here comes JJ with a throw in for Leicester. Winks and Yuri Tillemans there having a little pull of each other's shirts. Oh, what was that? Harry Winks. Jamie Vardy with a touch of the ball. Can you believe it? It was a bad one, though. It was a poor one, and Villa will have a chance to break. Unless Mavididi wins that, he's going to foul him instead. And Villa's still with it. Here's Leon Bailey down the right for Villa. Running at Luke Thomas. Ball across into the area. There was a coming together there between Vestergaard and... Was there a foul? I don't know what happened there. There was a coming together between Vestergaard and a Villa player. I think Leicester won the free kick, though, somehow. Villa with the ball now. Mavididi just not at the level. Harry Winks now trying to build up. Connor Cody. Jordan Ayew with the ball. Picks it up in midfield. Nearly 35 minutes. Have we tested the Villa keeper? Nope. Ref is on that devil's lettuce. Oh, Bilal El Khanous picks the ball up in a dangerous area, shoots. A poor attempt there from Bilal El Khanous, and it goes over the bar. First time on listening, excellent. Youngsters or experience? Thanks for listening, David. Very much appreciated. What do you mean, sorry, by youngsters or experience, mate? What do you mean, mate? You mean the Leicester? You mean what we should have? I think we should have a mix of both in the Leicester squad for sure. There's a foul there on Ollie Watkins, I think. Free kick to Villa. Is Konsa. Konsa for Villa. Tyrone Mings out wide now on the left to Digne. 35 minutes gone. Still no goal in this game and not many shots whatsoever. I think there's been 2. That would be my guess. Tyrone Mings. Here's Ross Barkley. Alkanous tries a challenge on him, but he still got it. Kamara. Mings. Yeah, I'd agree, Meadow. I'd agree. He's doing okay, mate. He's doing okay. He's doing his job well. No clangers yet. We'll wait and see. Leon Bailey. Under pressure there by Mavididi. He's had to go back to Gash. Yeah, happens a lot. Happens a lot. Mings. Conser now. Matty Gash. Would I take a 0-0 at full time? I think it'd be rude not to. A point away at Villa Park? Yeah. Luke Thomas does well there against Leon Bailey. Here's Villa. Yuri Tillemans. Yuri Tillemans in the area. There's a slip from Winks. Leicester get the ball. Buba Samari now. Oh, poor play. Poor out ball that. Samari tried to clear it, but it was pretty shocking. It went back to Villa. Leicester have pushed Villa back, though, to the halfway line. Tyrone Mings now will start again. Go on, chase him down, lads. Go on, press him. That's it. Vardy chasing him down. Now Mavididi will chase him down, but he has left. Yeah, he's pressing Matty Cash there. That's not... Oh, Matty Cash has had one fingertip on his back and he's gone down. And now Villa take the free kick quickly. Kamara coming forward for Aston Villa. Yuri Tielemans back to Kamara now. Leon Bailey. Luke Thomas chases him down. Leon Bailey still got it. He finds Matty Gash. Yuri Tielemans in the colours of Aston Villa. Tyrone Mings. Oh, good ball. That's a good ball through to Jacob Ramsey. Ball across. Leon Bailey's in the area. They can't quite make the most of that, Villa. They'll come again, though. Leon Bailey tries to deliver a ball blocked by Steffi Mavididi. Connor Cody heads this one away now. Come on, Leicester, man. You can't quite get there. Luke Thomas clears this time. Mavididi lashes at it, and Villa still have it. Villa are all over Leicester at the moment. Leicester just can't get rid, and they definitely can't keep the ball. They're having a little wave here, Villa. Barkley. Yeah. Kamara. Oh, little chance there for Villa, but Stolarczyk claims. Buonanotte on for Steffi. Time for Alves, somebody said. Sub him off yesterday. Mavididi is getting a lot of stick in the live chat. If you are watching on Twitter, there must be over 200 of you there now. Make sure to head over to YouTube if you're watching on Twitter to interact in the live chat. And yeah, see what you think. Medal says for Ayu, not for Steffi. Buonanotte for Ayu. I think Ayu's been quite, I won't say quite good, but he's been okay. He's been better than Mavididi in my eyes. He's been better than Mavididi. Tyrone Mings, Conser. Here's Matty Gash. Justin headers out for an Aston Villa corner. He thinks he's a ballot. I hear you, mate. Stolarczyk takes. We can actually get something from Villa Park. At the moment, mate, I get what you're saying because it's 0-0 and Villa aren't amazing, but I think we've been shit, to be honest with you. I think we've been shit. There's a foul there on Ross Barkley. Surely Alves and Thomas have plenty of minutes together and have some sort of chemistry. No, mate, I don't think so. Thomas is about 5 years older than Alves. So they wouldn't have played together in the youth stages. You got to remember, Thomas came through the academy in 2020. Thomas came through. Thomas's debut was 2020 now, nearly 5 years ago. So he's much older. He's much older. That's Man City 2, West Ham 0. Haaland has scored for Manchester City. I hear you, mate. Yeah, I hear you, Jake. Well, I'll tell you what. With what we've got so far, just go in at 0-0. Go in at half-time at 0-0. Don't concede a fucking silly late goal in this half because Latte left to Leicester. I'd take him, but he's better than Daka in my eyes, I'd say. Better than Patson Daka, but I don't think that's going to happen. Halfway through a season when Middlesbrough are pushing for playoffs, they'll be asking for a lot of money. Here's Lucas Digne on the left for Villa. We're structured well, I'm telling you. We're structured well. We're limiting them to half chances, but we need to turn some on ourselves. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. 2 minutes left. Facundo and Bilal, too similar to play together for Rude. Look, I get the argument, but you look at what we did against Man City on the attack. In build-up, we were so good. I'm very surprised Ruud van Nistelrooy has gone back to Jordan Ayew after his suspension. I think it's the wrong decision. Yes, he's not the worst player on the pitch by a mile. He's been all right today, to be fair. Mavadidi's been a real letdown, I think. But I don't know. I feel like we should have stuck with the same team. I feel like we should have stuck with the same team that played Man City. Long ball by Cody over the top. He finds Ayew. Mings gets there first. Aston Villa goal kick. Again, the camera pans to Ruud van Nistelrooy on the touchline. This is like the West Ham game, isn't it? Just need a few good moments. I don't know, mate. I don't know if this is like the West Ham game. It feels more like the... Do you remember when we played... I can't remember what game it was. Fulham, ages and ages and ages ago. One of the first games of the season. It feels like that. We did score a goal in that one. It was from a set piece, but there's just nothing. There's nothing substantial for Leicester City going forward. We've had 2 crosses into the box. That's it. I'd make 2 changes at half time. I would if I was Ruud van Nistelrooy. Who they are, I don't know. Probably, Facundo Buonanotte, definitely. And then I'm not sure who the other one would be, but James Justin ball over the top. Mavididi chases down. Martinez catches it and claims it. But yeah, I get it, Nate. But are we missing him in attack? You know what I mean? Are we missing him in attack? Because not too often this game I've seen Luke Thomas get up there. He hasn't at all, I don't think. He hasn't at all. Villa will step it up second half. You don't need to tell me, mate. You'll see. I know. I can see it, mate. I can see it. The main thing at this point is just getting in at 0-0. So there's a minute left here, guys. There's a minute left on the clock. 90 seconds on the clock of this half. Just don't fucking concede. It will be a disaster if they do. It'll be a disaster. Nah, we won't be able to get in, mate. He won't want to come to a relegation fight. Konsa. Matty Gash. Nate, I'll star this comment, mate, and when the lads are in a couple minutes, I'll bring it up. Villa into the box. Watkins up against Cody. Get rid of it. Oh, Mavididi, what are you doing? Is that Mavididi's just taken someone out there in the box. Villa's still with it. Mavididi now. Get rid, Steffi, man. Get rid. He does. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking hell. Dangerous there for Leicester. Very, very dangerous. That could have been a penalty, that. But another ball in from Villa in the last couple seconds of this game, of this half, sorry. And it's going to be a throw in to Villa to end the half. It's going to be a throw in to Villa to end the half. Matty Gash. Leon Bailey. Luke Thomas chases him down. One-on-one with Luke Thomas, Leon Bailey. Oh, he's done both of them. He's done him and Mavididi. Oh, my God. Full half-time. Jesus Christ. No, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty, but bloody hell, that was... Leicester City were living life on the edge there in the last... That's a penalty. I thought that was a penalty. Let me see that again. That's a penalty. Without a shit. Well, it's not been given. That's all that we care about. It's not been given. The penalty hasn't been given. Mavididi. Well, we'll talk about it, lads. Let's get the boys in here. Let me click on that. No, let's just do that actually. Anil, Man, and Luke. Guys, 0-0. I don't know where to start.
I didn't realise that this was the watch paint dry watch along on Saturday between 2 Midlands builders. That has been... I know you were just talking about the penalty there, but I mean, what a boring game. I will say that suits us. I think Villa have been awful given that they're at home, but what a snooze fest.
Yeah, is anyone a little bit surprised at how we've set up today? I am a little bit. I don't know. Manny, what have you made to the game, mate?
No, like Anil said, it's a nice, boring away game where it's on the onus is on Villa to bring it to us. And I think Villa have been relatively poor. Obviously, they're missing a few players. And even though it's not been particularly exciting, that's kind of what we want. 0-0 at half-time. We'd take 0-0 at full-time, wouldn't we? Happy with this?
Luke, what are you thinking, mate?
I think that, no, I'm not surprised by how we're playing. I was expecting a compact mid-block, to be honest with you, particularly with how much of a high line that Aston Villa play. I just feel like I'm hoping that we're going to remain disciplined and catch them if they start getting a bit desperate towards the end of the game. That's I don't know if I'm scraping the barrel here, but to be honest with you, I'm with Anil and Manny. That was pretty boring, to be honest with you. We just resorted to talking about all kinds of other things unfootball related, let's put it that way.
I'm not surprised, lads. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean, let's just look at a couple of comments. Everything came down our left. Great performance so far. A really great half, Chester says.
Defensively, yes. You've got to say that from a defensive standpoint, we've looked totally untroubled. Before the game, I said that back five is atrocious. But, I mean, they just forced Stolarczyk into one save right at the end. But Luke Thomas, he hasn't put a foot wrong. You've got to say it. Vestergaard, super solid. Even JJ, not really made the mistake. So I think that's more on Villa than it is on us. They've completely lacked creativity. But I mean, yeah, the commentary we were listening to, like said, Jakub Stolarczyk probably never imagined it'd be such a quiet half. He's probably loving it.
Yeah, I mean, let me take this one to you, Manny, because we've had our back and forth on this guy. What have you thought to Steffi Mavididi today? And also, in that same point, if you want to talk about the left side in general, Luke Thomas as well.
No, I think Steffi's in a tough spot today in that Luke Thomas is playing for the first time in a while. He doesn't want to leave Luke Thomas isolated against Bailey, so his tendency is probably going to want to go back. But he's always going to get judged more on his attacking play. So that.
Oh, we've lost you, Manny. We've lost your audio. You're gone. You're gone. Yeah, don't worry, mate. What about you, Luke? What have you made to Mavididi, mate?
Frustrating, to be honest with you. Like, there's been like a lot of times where I think he could have crossed the ball in. He's turned around and playing it back. I'm all for control of the ball and keeping possession. Don't get me wrong, but I just definitely think that sometimes he overthinks things too much from the ball. I've even seen him do that in the championship where he goes to feint or to go to do the step overs, but it just kind of goes nowhere. But when he's on one and he's confident, he kind of just plays without thinking. That's when you see the best of Steffi Mavididi. I'm not going to jump on him right now, but I will say, though, that we'll touch on that, but I would like to see Buonanotte come on.
Are you back with us, Manny?
I think so. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My worry with Steffi is, why doesn't he take the fullback on immediately? He's turning into Jack Grealish. Just run up to the fullback, stop and lay it off. Just go at the guy. You've got the beating of a lot of fullbacks in this league. We saw him do it against Trent and we got an assist from it. Stretch the play, be instantaneous and go towards the touchline. And take the guy on and we might be able to create something. We're getting a little bit of joy from the wide areas. We've had one or two crosses from IU, one or two potential situations with Mavididi, but Vardy's getting almost zero decent supply in, and it's down to those guys to actually produce a bit of magic today if we want to get more than a point.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll hand over to you on this one, mate. I can't find the comment, but somebody said, give ourselves some credit. I mean, yeah, do you think that's deserved? Do you think we deserve to look at the players at this half and say, you know what, you've done a good job there?
100%, because let's be honest with you, I think everyone would take a 0-0 even if it's boring. That's a super good point to get that away at Villa Park, so you'll take it. I will say, though, that I think to me what sums up both teams, not just us, is there was a moment where El Kanous wins it sort of 20 yards from goal. He goes to some sort of chip and it goes so high, wide and handsome that it just summed up both teams just can't create anything, and he looked absolutely livid with himself because he knows that was a good opportunity, and I think that's been the case from both ends. I mean, we've kept Tielemans really, really quiet. Where's their creativity come from? Nowhere. Maybe Manny said it. Bailey sometimes looked a little bit decent getting to the byline. Digne, we've kept him quiet. But from our team, as you say, where's our threat? That's maybe the one thing we could think of. But I will say this, which is that I think we will look more threatening if Villa look more threatening. They can't get going at all. I'm surprised that their crowd are not booing them, to be honest with you. They've been very poor, because I think as they start making space, then there might be more gaps in between them that we can exploit. So we'll see. But I think as of right now, I think Ruud will probably be pretty happy, even though we basically haven't had the threat ourselves. I think we've had one shot not on target. But I think he'll probably happily take a clean sheet and a 0-0 if it was offered to him right now. Let's just see. I did feel, though, that towards the end of that first half, they were starting to ramp up the pressure a little bit. And I think Emery is sort of coachable to make some tweaks.
Yeah. Jordan Ayew, guys. Jordan Ayew. Luke, thoughts on him? I think he's been quite good today.
Yeah, well, he's winning fouls but what's he done on the ball? I've seen him put 2 crosses in the box that went to nobody that were garbage. I think that he's good, like I said. I just don't think it's a game for him. Has he held the ball up and dished it out to anyone that you've seen that's been effective on transition whatsoever? I just think he looks really slow, mate.
Manny, Jordan, are you?
Yeah, a bit about, he does what Jordan Ayew does it well. And we know that the final ball from the wing side is not going to be his best trait. He's normally better taking a shot centrally, but he is actually moving the ball forward. I think he megged one of the Digne once. But he does what he does. I think at some point, if you want to be a bit more ambitious, then Facundo's an option. But one important thing to remember is that Digne is a threat for them down the left-hand side. And JJ so far has looked relatively okay. We haven't been overly exposed that side. So you've got to say, Ruud has set his team up for kind of almost like a 0-0 and maybe a smash and grab. And as it stands, the smash and grab is still on.
Yeah, there's conspiracy theories about Luke having Rodkin, Ward. I can't remember the other one. Somebody said, but Christiansen, all of them in Luke's basement, which is why he's got the background on. And there's a comment here saying Ayew is just a CDM, which I thought was quite a funny comment there. And Nil, Patson Daka, Mr. Vardy, he's barely touched the ball, has he?
He hasn't, but I think Watkins hasn't touched the ball much for Villa either. It's not his fault. What service have we given him? Absolutely nothing. But yeah, I will say maybe that's a bit of a disappointment. There was a bit around the half an hour mark. I don't know if you remember where we had the ball for a lot. We had the ball for about 5 or 6 minutes, solid, just completely being able to pick our passes, but we couldn't really get anything to go there. So maybe that's a bit of disappointment. But I mean, for example, it's funny because prior to this game, we were thinking, well, maybe he would actually go Patson Daka just because we know that Villa played a high line and Daka could be good on it. But actually, the way that the game's panned out has been really weird, like not how you'd expect it to go at all. So the threat on the high line is just not there at all. But we can't find Vardy, which is a bit disappointing. But it's nothing to do with him. It's just one of those days where he's just not getting a service.
What we thinking, lads, then? Any halftime changes expected from any of you?
But I would say is Patson Daka to come on with 20th to 30 minutes to go. And as Villa push more and more and more, Patson Daka for the winner. In the last 5 minutes, as Villa overpress, Patson catches them, much like the Brighton goal. There's an acre of space in behind that Villa's high line. And Patson against a tiring defence, in theory, could do some damage. Look, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm trying to be positive. So I can still think there's a way we can even win this game still.
It's there. I think we've got to be a bit careful that we don't overcommit. I almost did have a little bit of worry where we had the corner, we lost it, and I was like, no, is this going to be Liverpool all over again? Where the one time we go forward to try and attack, we're completely left exploited on the back and we get taken out, but luckily not. Love this. Bilal holding the R1 plus shoot button. Yeah, he got that completely wrong. And thinks it's going to be Luke Berto Carlos with the winner. I would take it. Or I want to see Samari score. He's still not scored for Leicester. Luke, talk to me. I know you're doing a good job at keeping all these unwanted Leicester City players hostage in your house, but where do you see this game going in the second half? Who are you going to let out to play at Villa Park?
It would be Boyne, I'd say, through and through, mate. And at half-time at that as well. And I'm not slating Ayew. I just don't think that he's offering anything on transition whatsoever, unfortunately for me, man. I think he's too slow to give it and go sort of thing. I'm still backing Bilal. I reckon Bilal's going to hopefully score and make up for that donkey shot at attempted goal earlier today. But look, I'm still really, really hyping him. I think one player that no one's talking about, and to me, in my opinion, has actually been reason why I've been so good and composed in the ball is because, in my opinion, Winks and Vestergaard have actually been brilliant in that first half. I know it was a boring game, but on the ball, they were very reliable as always. And so was Samari winning the ball back. So look, I think that, like you mentioned to it earlier, you alluded to it earlier, look, if Aston overcommit, then that's when we're going to make them look vulnerable. But the same thing could be said about us. We're actually structurally set up quite similar, except we're not playing in such an aggressive high line and compressing them up the pitch like they are to us. But look, that's why I think that we haven't really seen it. It's a bit of a clash of styles, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Are you chugging after 10 minutes? I think he's put a good shift in. I think it's just his body language that he does it. But you see the sort of good and bad of Ayew. There was one moment, though, where he won the ball high up and he started trying to attack them, but he was the furthest man forward, so we had to wait. Then he played it through to JJ, and JJ, we were hoping, would cross it to Mavididi, but it was a bit of a tame cross that just didn't go anywhere, was there? That sort of summed up both teams, that when these opportunities do present themselves, there isn't yet that bit of quality from either side. Yeah, look, I think if we're going to win, we've got to somehow get more out of El Canoes. But I think, to be fair, we have given him the ball a bit. So I think for him, he's not been bad, but I would expect a bit more from him, if that makes sense. Locks,
One goal.
This game.
Sorry.
No, go on, Manny.
I was going to say, look, it's one goal in our last 11 halves of football. It's a similar thing. The final ball, the final with actual build-up, we were in the game against Man City. We look fairly stable and fairly solid. I know we've been hating about our defence recently, but we actually look fairly competent. We're not conceding too many shots, and it's nice to see those level of shots being reduced game on game on game. But at some point, we're going to have to do more than one goal in 4 or 5 games. We're going to have to take a risk ourselves. Maybe not today because we're away at Villa and a point, but we have to have that in our mind that it's not just about defending. We do actually have to create something at some point.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Mavidi still on his Xmas holidays. Probably Christensen's gaff where Luke is. That's where Doc is. That's where Doc is, actually. He's watching the game of Victor today. More evidence of how boring that was. Where did 3 minutes of added time come from? I thought it was going to be 1 or 0.
It was the injury to McGinn. That's the only why it was stoppage time. That's helped us though, because I don't think he was playing particularly well either. But you can tell without him, they've got even less creativity. I'm trying to think who they've got in there. But is Ross Barkley playing today? I don't. Yeah. I don't think I can't remember him kicking the ball once.
Ross Barkley said it in the pre-match. That was the area where we could physically kind of get a little bit ahead of them with Tielemans, especially now that McGinn is down. Tielemans has been relatively quiet too, and he's been playing pretty well recently. So
we know Tielemans, he loves to have his stinkers, doesn't he? So let's hope he has another one.
And I think Booba's been really good, physical. He's almost been half an Ndidi in there in his defensive work. I think Booba's been excellent. And like Luke said, Winks is distributing the ball nicely. He's finding a bit of room, finding a bit of space. But, it's funny things, isn't it, at halftime? Who knows? Yeah. We have a tendency of starting second halves a little bit poorly the first few minutes. We've conceded a few times in the first few minutes of the second half. So keep it tight for another 20, 25 minutes and then see if we can expand.
Yeah, absolutely. Second half's underway then. So we'll catch you at full time.
Yeah, cheers, guys. We'll see you at full time for the instant match reaction. Thank you to all of you. As always, I've got the clock ready, so we'll start again. Thanks, by the way, to the 607 people that are watching this match day live over both platforms, YouTube and Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter, there must be over 300 of you now. Please head over to YouTube and get interacted in the chat. Let people know what you're thinking of this game. We'll bring it up on screen. When is Ndidi back? Who knows? Probably a few more weeks. Alves on. I hope so, mate. At some point, hopefully that can happen. Buonanotte needs to come on. It might take the pressure off Mavididi as they double up on him. That's a good point, mate. It's what we've always said about Fatawu, isn't it? About why it works better. Our team works better when you've got Fatawu and Mavididi on together, because then they don't double up on one of them. They're worried about both. Whereas at the minute, are they really that worried about Jordan Ayew? Maybe not. Maybe not. The return of Meal Dealmans. Yeah. Bye. Got to go. Hello. Bye to you, mate. Thanks for joining us, Henry. They have no striker as backup. I hear you, mate. Well, take a boring point. We will indeed. In the first Villa game, we cranked up the pressure around minute 70 and high pressed to create a lot of chances. Maybe we can do that. There is a change for Aston Villa, though. Is that a change for Aston Villa? It looks like it. No, it's not. It's the same guy, Kamara. So there we go. We're about to start this second half. We're about to get underway. Jared Gillett's got the whistle in his mouth, and off we go. There we go. Vardy with Facundo and Bilal just behind and each side of him in a V3 formation. Forget about wingers today. Ash, that's harsh. The return of Meal Dealemans is funny, though, isn't it? It's funny. Here we go. We are underway, as you can see on screen. Let's sort that out a little bit. That's better. There we go. Okay, no changes for Leicester City, no changes for Aston Villa. Both teams are probably content with where they are at the moment in this game. Leicester probably the happier, of course, and hopefully we can get some out of this, but it's going to be a tough 45 minutes, that's for sure. You would imagine Villa will turn up the tempo in this half. You would imagine so. Here come Villa now, down on the left. Luca Digne. Tyrone Mings, Konsa. Back to Mings. Remember, guys, at full time, we do something called an instant match reaction where you will be redirected live to the instant match reaction to join Anil, Luke, and Manny for their post-match thoughts on whatever happens in this half, because there wasn't really much to talk about in the first half, so it will all come in this half, hopefully. Anyone know make of Caravan? Are you as toe-ins? Tony Smith says. Yeah. Tyrone Mings. Digne coming down the left here. Oh, good ball in there. They've carved us open. Ollie Watkins. Tielemans shoots right down the middle. Stolarczyk saves comfortably. Good start there for Aston Villa in the first couple minutes of this half. You've seen Tielemans bury them. Luckily, not this time. Here's Connor Cody at the back. Yannick Vestergaard. Vestergaard plays in Harry Winks. What can Winks do with it on the ball there? Come on, Harry. Cody to Vestergaard. Tielemans pressing Yannick Vestergaard. Jamie Vardy drops deep. Buba Samari. Now, this is a little bit better for Leicester in terms of build-up. El Khanous plays in Harry Winks very nicely there. Harry Winks out wide to Jordan Ayew here on the right. Jordan Ayew's going to look. He cuts inside. Plays it back to Winks. Connor Cody. Buba Samari. Mavididi. Yeah, he's doubled up on Mavididi is. Harry Winks looking for Jamie Vardy. It falls through to Bilal El Khanous is in the area. Steffi Mavididi! Oh, Steffi, man! How have you not hit that on target? Oh, my God. Steffi Mavididi's got a whole goal to aim for, and he's... Oh, Steffi, man. Bilal El Khanous ends up with it in the area. He just lays it to Steffi, who just needs to get it on the right side of the goal, and it's in. It's shocking from Steffi. It is fucking shocking. Oh, Steffi, man. What on earth is that? Villa have an advantage here. Jesus Christ. That was awful, man. Justin under pressure now. That was a chance and a half for Leicester. That was a chance and a half for Leicester City. Connor Cody would have scored that, Abdul says. That was absolutely shocking from Steffi Mavididi. Should have been 1-0 Leicester. And he knows it. The camera's on him. He knows that he should have scored that. Here's Jordan Ayew. James Justin looking for the run of Vardy. Vardy tries to get on the end of it, but it ends up back with Martinez. Mavididi chasing down Konsa now. Villa play out. Villa play out. They beat the press. They beat the press well. Harry Winks gets back nicely there to win it. Oh, they've still got it, Villa have. Yuri Tielemans, Ross Barkley. Oh, Ross Barkley still got it. Shoots, deflection over the bar. Aston Villa corner. Wow, I cannot believe Leicester City didn't score. I cannot believe it, man. Here's Digne to take the corner for Aston Villa. Plays it short again, as it has been all game for Villa. The corners have been short. Yuri Tielemans. Vardy wins it. Now Samari's got it here on the left. James Justin. James Justin's fouled. Thank you very much, referee. Open games don't fit our quality right now. Then misses take us down. I agree completely. Games opening up already. Need it to settle again so we can strike on a counter. Yeah, all valid comments there. All good comments. Thank you. Keep getting them in. I could not believe Leicester haven't scored in this game. Oh, Samari runs with it a bit too far there. And Tielemans absolutely puts in a hell of a challenge. Winks this time will win it back. Steffi Mavididi. Harry Winks. Connor Cody. Vestergaard. Samari. Living dangerously, Leicester. We're going to give it away. We've managed to get out. El Canoes now driving forward. JJ's at the back post. Oh, El Canoes nearly finds him. It's close, but it's not quite close enough. Ramsey gets his foot on it, and it goes out for a Leicester City throw-in. What about starting Daka and subbing Vardy on for the last 30? I'm sure it's something for Ruud van Nistelrooy to think about in the future. Southampton, though, are now 2-0 down at home to Brentford. They're 2-0 down. That's what Josh wants. Let me know in the comments what you want the first substitution to be. JJ puts the ball in. Martinez claims it easily. Villa have an attack down the right. Yannick Vestergaard puts his body in nicely and wins it. Oh, what are you doing, Yannick? He's just tried a reverse pass for some reason. Here's Steffi Mavididi in the Leicester City penalty area. Come on, boys. El Canoes back into Samari, that is, I think. It was Mavididi. I agree with you, Matt. Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. You're right. When does Hermanson return? It's going to be at least a couple of weeks, unfortunately. At least a couple of weeks. Buenanotte on, hopefully. Common Boy from Bangladesh says. Luke Thomas has had a good game. Can't deny the lad. He's had a good game. Let's get Mavididi off now so we have a chance to win this, Boho says. Oh, Harry Winks tried to clear that. Oh, Jordan Ayew wins it nicely. I rate that, Jordan. JJ pressing Digne there to try and win the ball back. And Villa will probably play out, and they do. Oh, Steffi wins that. Here's a chance for... Oh, what is that, Steffi, man? Fucking hell, man. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off. Get Steffi Mavididi off. The first touch is shit. The shooting is shit. Get him off, man. Oh, my days, man. What is that? Now Villa come. Villa near the Leicester area. Ross Barkley. Jacob Ramsey. Digne delivers. Cleared this time by Connor Cody's head. Oh, El Canusa's lashed at it and he's fucked it. Villa's still with it. Man City are beating West Ham 4-0 in this game. The Brentford second goal was ruled out by VAR. Ollie Watkins into the area, puts the ball across into the side netting. It's going to be a corner. It must have come off a Leicester player. Corner for Villa. Delivered. Digne. Crossing. Deflected. Kamara. Digne. Ross Barkley. Another ball delivered. Cody heads. Barkley shoots. Fucking hell. Ross Barkley scores. I'm done, man. This is... What a shambles this is, man. We're getting relegated. We're getting relegated, man. I don't care. I don't care anymore, man. We're getting relegated and there's nothing we can do about it, mate. From what I've seen from this game, that Steffi Mavididi chance, if you want to stay up in the Premier League, you score it. You score it. He had so much time. It nearly went out for a throw-in. And a few minutes later, Aston Villa score and they're winning 1-0. I imagine there'll be more now from Villa. I imagine there'll be more goals now from Villa, to be honest with you. Harry Winks. He's shocking, mate. He's shocking. He's shocking. And to think a certain somebody said he's better than Harvey Barnes, mate. Oh, it's been a stinker. It's been a stinker. I'd rather be getting battered fucking 4-0 by Man City right now, like West Ham are, than this, because this is torture. This is torture, man. Mings clears. Vestergaard deals with it. Back to the keeper, Stolarczyk. He'll go to Thomas. If we can't draw or win this game, unfortunately, we're going down, especially if we don't get any real starters this window. Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. It's so shit, man. Yeah, it is shocking from Steffi, mate. The chance to put us 1-0, so much time, it nearly goes out for a throw-in, mate. And then he wins the ball back in a good area to counter. And his touch just gives it to I don't know, mate. Obviously, I won't put the loss on him, mate, but it was shocking. He's been the worst player on the pitch, in my opinion, today. He's been the worst player on the pitch. Now Yannick Vestergaard is getting treatment on his left leg. Sorry, yeah, the timer's fucked. Let me sort that out. Our best centre back is gone. Feels like we will score some crappy late equaliser. I can't see it. The team's fucked. Fass is going to come on and donate some goals. If I see Fass's face come on, I'm a crash out. Bobby D could overread on for Steffi. Why are we taking so long again with signings? We're simply not good enough, somebody says. Yeah. And it is Wout Faze. Wout Faze on. Yannick Vestergaard off. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats because this is going to get messy. This is going to get messy. Jesus Christ, man. Matty Gash on the right. Look, of course, it's not over yet. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's football. We know that. Jordan Ayew wins the ball back. Jordan Ayew's getting forward here for Leicester. He's up against Mings. Jordan Ayew just needs to put the ball across. He does. Jamie Vardy! No! Mavididi! Yes! Steffi Mavididi scored! Oh my God. Somehow Leicester City have clawed their way back into this game. Somehow Leicester City have clawed their way back into this game. A good ball across the box from Jordan Ayew. Jamie Vardy gets his foot on it, puts it goal bound, saved by Martinez, and Steffi Mavididi taps it in at the far post to make it Aston Villa 1, Leicester 1. That was extremely fortunate by Leicester City, but again, talking of what relegation teams need, they need luck. The irony, yeah, absolutely. Come on, Mavididi, man of the match. Yeah, Mavididi's amazing. Come on. He's still been shit. He's still really been shit. Oh, yikes. Right. Are you ever Facundo? Rude was right. Mavididi being the villain, now the hero. 0-0 for sure. Now Fast's going to make the score 2-1 again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. One 0 up with Fast. Yeah. Shit, guys scored. Yeah, man. 1-1. Great ball in, by the way. If the timer isn't wrong, mate. The timer isn't wrong. We're 64 minutes, mate. We're 64 minutes. Digne, ball in. Justin blocks nicely. Bit scrappy there. Ross Barkley with it now. Yeah, but it's what I'm watching, Medal, mate. It's where I am, pal. Mavididi, what a game he's had. Great centre forward movement by Vardy for sure. Fast, Justin, Cody. Cody putting it to Jordan Ayew, who takes it on his chest. Does well there. James Justin. Connor Cody hits it long. Rude has sure made a difference on Ayew. He is night and day from Cooper Ayew. Here's Ollie Watkins. Ramsey. Kamara for Villa. It's all Aston Villa again, as expected. Here's Mings. That's going to be bad. It's going to go out, isn't it? It is. Leicester City throw in. Late Vardy winger. Sorry, winger. Late Vardy winner, Froggy says. Villa have up the tempo. Yeah, I hear you, mate. Leicester limbs for the late Vards. It would be absolutely. If Vardy doesn't score, I will kidnap. Whoa. Crikey. Right. Here we go. Aston Villa. Konsa. Tyrone Mings now on the left-hand side of the centre-back pairing. Mings. Luca Digne. Ramsey. Mings. Now it is Brentford 2-0 against Southampton. It's also Chelsea 1, Palace 0 still. Man City 4, West Ham 0. If somehow Leicester City could get 3 points from this game, it would be absolutely ridiculous. Ross Barkley fouled on the edge of the area by Bilal El Khanous. Not a good place that to give away a free kick, especially when you've got Yuri Tillemans on the team who will be wanting to take a chance, take an opportunity there. Same with Ross Barkley. Both are very good at striking the ball. We need fresh legs. I agree. We do need fresh legs. Maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy is still kind of consulting with his assistants and having to think about who that should be. That'd be good. Anyone. I don't care. Wout Faes winner. I don't mind. Thanks to the 664 people who are watching across both Twitter and YouTube. If you are watching on Twitter, feel free to head over to YouTube and say hello in the live chat. 3-0 Brentford. Southampton are getting slapped up left, right and centre. Yuri Tillemans stood over this free kick and Barkley. Both of them have stood over it. West Ham have just scored 4-1 now against Manchester City. Yuri Tillemans, Ross Barkley. Who will it be? Ross Barkley delivers it. Back post. Off Luke Thomas's head, out for a Villa corner. Hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Six corners for Villa, 1 corner for Leicester. Here's Luca Digne for the in-swinger. They won't go short this time. It's deep. And it's claimed. Come on, City. Oh. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. This is where we're at the moment. Harry Winks. Bouba Samari. Back to Wout Faes. Wout Faes playing on the left side of the back, the centre-back pair in there between him and Cody. He's on the left. Luke Thomas back to Wout Faes. I think we need to score another because Villa probably will need to make subs, Matt says. I think that's unquestionable. I think it will be Facundo, but Ruud van Nistelrooy is probably thinking to himself, who comes off? That is probably the dilemma for him. Who comes off for Facundo Buonanotte? Bilal is tiring. Somebody said it in the chat earlier, but he is tiring. Tyrone Mings, Jacob Ramsey. Come on, boys. Nothing silly. Matty Gash getting pressed by Mavididi. Matty Cash comes out on top. Long ball forward here for Villa. Leon Bailey, but Wout Faze is able to get on the end of it. Poor attempt there from Winks to play Mavididi in, and it goes out. The equaliser gave me a little hope, sure, but I'm not taking anything other than a win in this game, and the players should not be celebrating if it ends like this. Needs to be Facundo for Bilal and a fresh winger. Sir Fast with his aura. Yeah, tell me about it. Harry Winks is fouled there. Yep, the referee agrees. Free kick to Leicester in our own half. Come on, guys. Put in the comments, who do you want to see? Who's off for who? Put it in the chat now. Daka and Vardy with two in front. Daka on, please. Josh says Daka is pacey. That's why he wants him. Need to be Facundo. Let us know in the chat who you want to see. Come on now for Leicester City in this second half. There's about 15 minutes left to play of normal time. And, of course, there will be injury time. Facundo on for Ayew, Brian wants to see. Mings, Concert, Villa very high at the moment, very high up the pitch. Kamara being pressed there by Bilal. He does well, but Kamara gets it away now to Concert, who goes to Mings. Winks off for Alves, Mavididi off for Facundo. Let's see. Oh, shaky that from Leicester. Defended well by Connor Cody. Stolarczyk didn't know whether to come out for it or not. Block from Justin now, and it's going to be a throw-in for Villa. Still 1-1 away at Villa Park. 75 minutes coming up to on the clock. Villa will make some changes, and it's Emi Buendia to come on. Emi Buendia on for Villa. For Ross Barkley. Emi Buendia on, Ross Barkley off, and Ian Matson on, Luca Digne off. There we go. 2 substitutions, 2 fresh legs, and 2 very good substitutions, by the way. Very good players still coming on for Villa, Buendia and Matson. When will Ruud van Nistelrooy make the first Leicester City change of the game? James Justin now needs to get rid. He's under pressure here, JJ. What are you doing? Get rid, mate. He's tried to turn Ramsey. Oh, Leicester give it away. Oh, Leicester give it away. Villa are in, and Villa have scored. James Justin, you are a fucking moron. You're a moron. James Justin, you're a moron. Oh, my God, what have I just seen? What have I just seen? James Justin has just cost Leicester City a point from this game. Oh, my God. James Justin, fuck off. Fuck off, JJ. There's nothing to be said other than that. I'm sorry, there isn't. There isn't. I cannot defend this guy no more. I cannot defend this guy no more. I cannot defend this guy no more. What a moron. What a fucking moron. Oh, how... Oh, my God. I'm shell shocked. I'm shell shocked. People will say, "Why are you shocked?" It's JJ. I get you. I get your point. But that was fucking awful. That was so bad. That was. There's no, I mean, yes, if we don't spend fucking loads and loads and loads of money in January, well, yes, we're going down. We're going to be relegated. Yeah. Villa on the attack here. They've caught Leicester out again. Villa through. Ross Barkley shoots wide this time. Now Villa are turning it on. Now Villa are turning it on. Yeah, not Ross Barkley, whoever it was. Buendia. Now Jordan Ayew's getting scrappy. He'll get a yellow card for that, I think. Maybe not. He should have been. 10 minutes left of this game, and Leicester have lost their heads. And I'm not surprised. All those players are probably thinking to themselves, all this hard work, and some fucking bozo at right back, who's not even a fucking right back, who's probably a left back. Well, he thinks he's a left back, but he was bought as a right back. But he claims he's a better left back than a right back. Fucking shit, that's what he is. Leicester win the ball. Harry Winks, Jordan Ayew. There's a few warming up for Leicester. Very open here for Villa. They're running through. We're very deep. What a fucking shambles, man. What a shambles. Absolute shambles. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. A few substitutions here for Leicester. The three players coming off are Jordan Ayew, Bilal El Khanous, and Connor Cody. And the three players coming on are Facundo Buonanotte, Patson Daka, Caleb Okoli. Caleb Okoli, Patson Daka, Facundo Buonanotte. What can Leicester do in these last 8 minutes? Steffi Mavididi. Mavididi's fouled. No, the referee disagrees. Interesting call that from the referee. I thought it was a foul. It feels like it, mate. As it stands, Aston Villa move up to 8th in the Premier League. Villa come again. Here is Leon Bailey. Shoots. Oh, they nearly score. Ramsey. McGinn. Headed away by Okoli. And Watkins fires over the bar. Leicester should be 3-1 down. I give up, man. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Facundo Buonanotte picks up the ball here for Leicester City. Plays into Samari. Too much on it from Buonanotte. Here's Watkins. Winks presses. Winks wins, but it's still with Villa. And they're just all over us. It feels like they've got more men than us on the pitch. It's tough to watch now, lads and ladies. It's tough to watch. Foul by Caleb Okoli. 3 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Jamie Vardy's in. Can't do anything with it. Watkins is through here. Thomas goes to chase. Thomas pulls him back. Yellow card advantage to Villa. Watkins into the penalty area. Buendia this time fires it over the bar. Another chance for Villa. Another opportunity where Villa should be 3-1 up, and Leicester City are just gone. Leicester City are out of this. They're out of it. Aaron's got to better than JJ. Yeah, KWP would be good. Yeah. Luke Thomas does well there. Mavididi. Daka. Fast. Daka. Daka playing as a left winger at the moment. Oh, Villa win the ball very well. Villa do well. Matty Gash. Samari wins it this time. Harry Winks. Facundo Buonanotte. Samare. Okoli. James Justin. Harry Winks. Steffi Mavididi here on the left. What can he do with it? What can he do with it? He's going to try and deliver a ball. He does, but it's cleared by the first man. Thomas been well. Samara and Winks decent. Bobby D. Cordova-Reid is coming on for Leicester City. For Luke Thomas. Leicester City going all out attack. And we will probably concede a third in the process. Bobby D. Cordova-Reid should go on for JJ. I see shades of Vincent Kompany and Burnley in Leicester's performances, says Keith. Here's Caleb Okoli. He finds Bobby D. Cordova-Reid into the area, tries to put it across the area, and it's blocked by Tyrone Mings. A good run there from Bobby D. Cordova-Reid. Couldn't quite execute that pass. It's going to be a corner for Leicester. 5 minutes added time. Facundo Buonanotte to hit this with his left foot in swinger. Martinez claims it. Martinez just strolls out and catches it. Leeds United with 3-0 up. Sorry, with 3-1 up, and they've just they're about to draw 3-3. Ruud van Nistelrooy shouting the referee, saying, "What the fuck is he doing?" Because the goalkeeper was just holding that ball for a long time. Mavididi, Jamie Vardy chests it down, gives it away. Bobby Reid. Nothing on that. Daka's just running around like a headless chicken, trying to get his foot in somewhere. Daka's just been taken out. He finds Steffi Mavididi. Steffi Mavididi up against Matty Gash. Mavididi puts it across the box, blocks and cleared by Konsa. Southampton 4-0 down, by the way, to Brentford. 4-0 down to Brentford. Bournemouth have beaten Everton as well, 1-0. So it's not the absolute worst situation results-wise, but, you know, a point or three would have been fucking nice here, and we've not done it, and we won't do it. We've not been good enough, and we've left it too late, and we've got about 2 minutes left of this game at injury time. Stolarczyk hits it long. Ball out. Daka couldn't get on the end of it. Man, this is painful. A League Two right back would be better than JJ, somebody said. Leicester City sit 19th in the Premier League. 2 points off Wolves, who have a game in hand. If they win that, a gap starts to form. A gap starts to form big time. We've got about a minute left of this game. But Villa are keeping the ball well enough here. Yeah, Chelsea drew 1-1. Here come Villa at the end of the game. Tackle by Fass. The final whistle will go any second now. Patson Daka. We're back at the keeper. The whistle's about to go and we're sat at the keeper. I think that's going to be curtains, guys. That is it. Brentford 5-0. Brentford 5-0 against Southampton. It could be worse. We could be Southampton. 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left of injury time. And that should be all she wrote. JJ just picked up a yellow card. Oh, no, it was Samare. Thanks, Nate, mate. Thanks for joining, pal. Much appreciated. Make sure to hit subscribe as well and hit the like button if you haven't already. Thanks for joining, mate, and thanks for getting all your comments in. I've seen you here all day, so thanks, mate. Here we go. Villa kick it long, and the whistle is blown. Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Leicester City remain 19th in the Premier League on 12 points, 14 points, whatever it is. And, yeah, I mean, what can we say about that? We did well. We were doing well. We managed to get an equaliser to level it. But we were let down once again by that right side. We defended well at times. We were solid at times. But James Justin let us down. Trying some silly fucking shit. I don't know what he was trying, but he tried it. And he gave the ball away, and Aston Villa scored to make it 2-1. At that point, it was probably too much to ask. We made some substitutions. Villa did as well, of course, before the second goal. And yeah, look at that. Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 2. Well, Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Get your comments in. We're not going anywhere yet. Stick around. This isn't over yet. We didn't do well. Stop having such a low standard. We did well at times. Yeah, we did. Yazan, we did do well at times, mate. Thanks, Locks. On to the next game. Absolutely. I don't believe we're staying up. Neither do I now after that. I honestly don't. Might be harsh, but we sacked Cooper for late subs, playing IU and JJ every game. Why does Rude get a free pass? He won't get a free pass. In fact, the instant match reaction is about to start on Blue Tinted Glasses, so don't go anywhere. There will be an instant match reaction, and the lads, Luke, Anil, and Manny, will all speak about this, about the substitutions, what they were pointing the finger at Rude for whatever needs pointing at him. They will point fingers at JJ. They will point fingers at other players, I'm sure, but don't go anywhere because we will get into all of it. Van Nistelrooy, I don't know what that is. We did play well at times, but unless we get 3 to 4 transfers in, we won't stay up. I 100% agree with you, mate. Great performance, but how many more chances is JJ going to get? I don't think it was a great performance. I just think it was okay. I think it was okay. Costa not happy, as you can imagine. Championship soon, likely, mate. It's likely. How to say, but JJ and Steffi lost us the game. Well, he got us a draw, didn't he? He got us a goal back, Steffi, but it was a tap in. So he should have scored that first chance without a shadow of a doubt. I'm sure the lads will talk about it. Yazan says, I am absolutely done with this team. So what's going to happen with JJ? It all depends, I think, on the transfer window. If we can bring someone in, then JJ will be gone. Not gone, but out the team. But if we can't bring someone in, we're stuck with JJ, unfortunately. We will be stuck with him. Get JJ out the club, single-handedly trying to get us relegated. It does feel that way at times. Of course, it's not true, but it does feel that way. Needed a fullback months ago. What is Rodkin doing? Chris says, I'm sorry, but that is not Justin's fault solely. IU was in front of the defender, ready to rescue. It was all JJ, mate, Chris. That goal was all JJ, mate. That was all JJ, without a shadow of a doubt. Georgie says, played well, FC going down. Wolves already signing a £20 million centre-back while we not got one link. Yep, 100%. Anybody want to buy a JJ shit, they'll be on the discount shelf at the Leicester City fan store later on this evening, I've just heard. Lucas Wagner says, you just know we're going to make bad signings and it will come end of the month. JJ shit, mate. That's it. We would hate on Ward. I'll hate on JJ. He's shit. He's cost us the game. Backline looked good. If we keep defending like that, we did well. We'll get results. Yep. Peter says there should have been subs about 7 minutes earlier. Yep. We were reactive, which is a shame because that's something we didn't. That's something we criticised Cooper about. And when Rude first joined, we said, Rude so far has been very proactive with his subs, but of recent, maybe not so. You know what, lads? This just makes the great 2025 escape story even better. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, that would be fucking nice, wouldn't it? We would all love that. We would all love that. Rude's time is ticking, Cake Eater says. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Ruud van Nistelrooy in 2025. We just need one bloody win. Easy Azabaza says. Dropped, I hope so. I think he's on about Justin. I'm absolutely done with this team. Buonanotte not starting is criminal. Peter says Justin could have just kicked the ball into the third tier. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Without a shadow of a doubt. I'm sure VK or Thomas can play right back. I hope JJ goes home tonight and his gaff's been burned down. Fucking hell. Bit strong that. Let's hope his house isn't burnt down. We won't go that far. And finally, love Grandpa Vars, but his time might be up. Would be a great super sub. Daka, sell. We need a new striker, that's for sure. Right, guys. There is 811 people watching on Twitter and on YouTube combined. 811 people. If you are watching on YouTube, stay exactly where you are. There will be a live redirect. You don't need to change anything. You will just be sent straight to the instant match reaction. If you're watching on Twitter, we will be live on Twitter again. However, it might not change for you, so you'll have to go over and actually look for it. Or just go over to YouTube. It's much easier that way. So, Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Thanks for joining me for this. Thanks for all the comments. Make sure to hit like and hit subscribe. We are going now to the instant match reaction. See you there in just a second.